Alright, so game 5 here. ROGelfi. Samueli Elfi Savonin. I'm gonna go Savonin. Samueli Savonin. ROGelfi, the Finnish player, the Finnish Protoss, so close to winning in game 4 and taking the GD Invitational final with that Blink Stalker all in on Antigua Shipyards, but was denied. He is ROGelfi in the upper right hand corner, and the bottom left. He is the Spoon Terran. He is the one that will kill you slowly and methodically. He is wearing blue, or his pieces are blue, but he is not. But he will make you blue, for he will slowly but surely eliminate you. Facing elimination in game 4, he held off the 3-gate Blink Stalker all in with the Observer on Antigua Shipyards as a Terran. Something that is very rarely done, something very difficult to do. He was helped out slightly by his opponent, making one small miscalculation, but still, ThorZaIN in the perfect position. He is the Swedish player, Marcus ThorZaIN Elkoff. My apologies, EGThorZaINRC. You are one of those people. I honestly don't remember if you're Elkoff or Ekloff. Hold on, looking it up real quick. Ekloff. I had it right the first time. One of the times. Let me try again. Marcus ThorZaIN Ekloff. Son of a gun. Marcus ThorZaIN Ekloff. Now I will never forget it. And Samueli Elfi Savonin. I'm sorry if I butchered your names. I apologize. So standard play, once again there goes the Cybernetics core down by Elfi. Another 1-Rax FE from ThorZaIN. He has had success. Oh no, my starboard went away. I don't know why. My scoreboard. There it is. He has had success with this. He has had success with this. I'm having computer issues. My apologies. With this 1-Rax FE style, and that probe got a little bit too close to that Marine. Elfi has very much so far favored the one base play. The one time that he went for a longer game, 3 of the games have been one base plays. No, 2 of the games have been one base plays. Elfi is 1-1. The macro game went to ThorZaIN, whereas the mid game, it's a beautiful mid game push by Elfi in game 3 on Daybreak, where he went fast storm. He went storm off of, I think, 2 gateways. Yes, you heard me right. Storm off of 2 gateways after a fast nexus or expansion. So Elfi is going to get the expansion after the Cybernetics core. His warp gate is on the way. He does have a Stalker out, and he also has a Zealot. He has shown a propensity for not skipping the Zealot. He also likes to use that Zealot to force ThorZaIN back and gain map control, especially once that Stalker comes out. That Stalker is much faster than anything Terran has before Stim. And this Zealot's going to just poke in, but he's going to be met by 4 Marines, and that Zealot better run away. Yep, and it's going to run away. Elfi doesn't like to poke or pressure with that Stalker. He keeps that Stalker so far in his base both games. Another gateway going down. Warp gate about halfway done for Elfi. We see a reactor and a tech lab on 2 barracks for ThorZaIN, as the orbital command has finished and he is starting to saturate his natural. Meanwhile, Elfi's nexus is about 20 seconds away. He does have a robotics facility coming up. He does certainly like, wow, pulled 8 probes at the right time. These guys are really, you can tell they're professionals by the way that they do that. One almost did get it. 1 probe almost got away. He does also, I will notice this is not the first time, he does like to send that sentry out to his nearby watchtower and keep his Zealot at this far one. It's just an interesting play. I don't know why he does that with his expensive 100 gas unit. So 2 racks is down for ThorZaIN. The factory on the way. Stim also on the way. Elfi is going to run away with that Zealot as ThorZaIN's able to take control of it. Also running away is the sentry because map control is ceded to the Terran. Oh, a couple more sentries on their way out, so those 3 sentries are definitely going to have enough energy to force field away any sort of early pressure by ThorZaIN. Both players playing very defensive here. I think Elfie may be a little bit worried. His I don't like to call it cheese, but his blink all in on Antigua almost worked, if not for a slight miscalculation on his part. And here comes more blink actually. So blink, 2 gateways. He's got blink. He's got 2 bases. It'll be interesting to see what follow up, if we see an explosion of gateways or if we see some sort of either Robotics Bay for the Colossus or maybe a Twilight Archives for the High Templar. Meanwhile, ThorZaIN is getting the standard bio army of the Terran off of 2 racks so far. He also has himself medevacs on the way. Stim is about to be done. +1 is about 100 seconds away, or a little over a minute and a half. Blink is a minute away from being done, a little bit less. Both players pretty even. Actually, ThorZaIN's way ahead here. Elfie seems to be content to stay on 43 probes right now. And 5 gateways, is that? No. There's the Templar Archives, so this is not going to be a storm rush by any means, but storm is going to come out pretty quickly by Elfie. Although I don't know if it's going to be quick enough for this. This could be a problem. Nice force field. He does have to use a second one to get him. Oh, solid force fields to catch a couple of units, but it does keep the Terran. Oh, and that's actually a beautiful catch right there. That caught a couple more Marines, and Elfie is actually playing with fire, losing that high ground advantage because the scan got rid of the observer. ThorZaIN knew that there's some way that Elfie is seeing his units up there, and it had to be an observer, so he scanned and took it out. Elfie stayed there, playing with fire a little bit there, but good usage of force fields netted him some free kills. He didn't lose much at all there, but ThorZaIN very much with the advantage. I don't know how much he has. He knows he has that advantage. Storm is on the way. ThorZaIN is actually going to retreat back home. Does he have a 3rd command center on the way? Yes, he does. He has a 3rd command center on the way in his base. Combat shields just about to finish. +1 armor is also on the way. Looks like Elfie right now. I don't think Elfie has a forge down. Oh, it's a definite explosion of gateways. That's 8 gateways. There are the 2 more forges. My guess is that Elfie's got to make probably with those 2 forges and 8 gateways. As ThorZaIN scans it at the perfect time to see everything. You're gonna have to get a 3rd. I think that Elfie's plan is going to be to get a 3rd. There it is. Although that Marine is going to be a nuisance, and the probe is going to live. Ouch. So now Elfie's going to put down the 3rd. ThorZaIN has not yet put down his, but he does have an orbital command on the way. It'll be done in a second. And ThorZaIN's actually going to wall in with barracks. That's an interesting decision. And the scan is going to get the observer just outside his base. And this time ThorZaIN saw the Templar Archives, and he is getting Ghosts and the Mobius Reactor right away. It's not going to be done right now. Ooh. I will say this: those 3 racks actually, the 3 barracks actually would have done a great job if Elfie had decided to attack, because they would have blocked the Zealots from getting in, and they also would have kind of at least zoned out in some ways the Stalkers, Sentries, and Templar to keep any sort of major damage from happening. So that was actually a pretty smart move on the fly by ThorZaIN to protect his barracks, which were probably barracks and SCVs, which are probably the 2 most important parts of what would have been a defense there. But Elfie's 3rd is actually going to get finished, is actually going to finish about the same time that ThorZaIN's is floated down and landed. So both on similar economic terms here. Although ThorZaIN does have 2 more SCVs, and he does have mules, remember, and as everyone tells you, mules are imba. Oh, and another observer goes down. I should have had instead of the the score overlay for the number of games and everything, I should have had a observer kill count for ThorZaIN. I mean, he's killed a lot of observers in the blink back there by Elfie. He did he see the third? Yes, he did. He did see the third of ThorZaIN, so he does know it's there. He does have a lot of, boy oh boy, he does have a lot of Templar with Storm available. Elfie is not looking too shabby, although, wow, ThorZaIN actually has more ghosts than Elfie has Templar. Which is a good thing, because even one EMP does 100 shield and energy points of damage, and these Templar, by the way, most of them have almost 200, so you would have to hit them with 2 storms in order to keep them from at least storming once. So Elfie's got 10 storms at his disposal. ThorZaIN does a great job keeping the right number of Vikings, and this third is going to get sniped, and Elfie's actually going to just run away, and is he going to give it up? Well, he's got to now, and those are some, oh, those were some beautiful EMPs right there. Beautiful EMPs. 3 Templar with 0 energy, no storm ability whatsoever, and ThorZaIN's just going to run away. It's an excellent decision. Taking the economic lead. Once again, he did this in game 2, in which he won in the long macro game, where he was able to kill off the third. He did lose his entire army in that one, but killed most of Elfie's. And Elfie was playing from behind in the first place, and then also lost the third Nexus economically. Or he was behind economically in the first place, and then also lost the his third Nexus, and that just spelled trouble for him. Although he held on very admirably, and it looks like he kind of wants to push here. He does at least get a cancel on that extra command center that was going down. But that is it. Elfie does look like he wants to push his advantage. But ThorZaIN, once again, he has 7 Vikings available. Yo, that Marine died really quickly. And he does have a lot of ghosts. He's got 7 ghosts and 7 Vikings against 3 Colossus. And EMPs all over the army. Sentries, pretty much all of them except 1 without energy. There's like 3 units total that have shields in that group. Although the Templar do still have full energy. Ghosts still have a lot of energy left too, and that, woof, 1 Colossus goes down, doesn't even get a shot off. ThorZaIN's positioning is really, really good right now. And that storm goes down, hits very little except for a ghost, and there goes another one. There's another storm. That one actually got a good amount of Vikings, but ThorZaIN's decided he thinks he can take it. He's EMP'd pretty much the entire army, and the Vikings, while they're not, they are going to just tear through the Colossus, and all that's left are Stalkers, and the remaining army of ThorZaIN is going to easily push it back. It's a 50 supply food lead for ThorZaIN, and ThorZaIN's actually going to get into the mineral line here, and he's going to do 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 probes killed at the third of Elfie, and Elfie is once again playing off of the back foot. Superb positioning by ThorZaIN, able to keep the storms from hitting his army, any parts of his juicy army, able to get his Vikings to do the maximum amount of damage while keeping the Stalkers from doing a lot of damage to his Vikings. That's that one balance as a Terran player that you have to really have down pat to take on a late game Protoss army, is to have, not only to be able to balance macro-wise the number of Vikings and Ghosts that you want, but also to be able to control them so that your Vikings don't get either stormed or killed by Stalkers while they're able to hit the Colossus. It's a dance, a very delicate dance that you have to do. Same with the Protoss on the other end, keeping the Colossus out of range of the Vikings, keeping the Stalkers in range, getting those Zealots out front, splitting your... Nope, another... right before the... right before the biggest engagement there, we had a problem. And ThorZaIN saying it's an error with the computers, viewers, as in it's a computer problem. I don't know what's going on, but apparently there have been problems with computers. And ThorZaIN baits a storm out of Elfie. Elfie does have a couple more. There's a couple nice EMPs. 1 storm goes down. Another storm goes down. That's all the storms that Elfie has. And here's the engagement. EMPs all over the place, and I think that's it. ThorZaIN was able to retreat down into a good position at the bottom of the ramp for a solid concave, and despite Elfie microwing back his Stalkers with Blink, that's it. That is all she wrote. Elfie loses. ThorZaIN is able to pull that one off, showing great unit control, placement, positioning throughout the entire late game, mid to late game, in every game except for Game 3, in which Elfie just incredible play by. It was just an incredible build by Elfie. And ThorZaIN is able to take the Asus ROG GD Invitational in Game 5, winning against ROGelfi 3-2. Game 5. You can't ask for much more than what we probably saw. We had all sorts of games. We had a long macro game. We had an interesting early game shenanigans. We had a nice all-in. We had a nice all-in hold. We had a nice. We had a very interesting build in that Game 3, where Elfie rushed to Storm off of 2 gateways after an expansion. So ThorZaIN is able to spoon his way to victory, and the Spoon Terran EGThorZaINRC able to take the Asus ROG GD Invitational against ROGelfi. Elfie did an excellent job, played very well, but ThorZaIN takes it 3 games to 2.